gonna show you how to get a second skin makeup using my underpainting technique. So I am using the Underpainting palette by m.ph in the color Tan, and I'm using the dual-ended underpainting brush. This brush is perfect. It has a small side for doing like the little areas like under the eyes or little blemishes or for like contouring the nose, and then it has a larger side on the other side, and this is gonna be like doing the forehead and cheekbones and jaw. And so you get two sides.
I've always wanted to try underpainting, but I've always been nervous because I have uneven skin tone. So I like that you're going in with like color correcting.
Yes,
first.
It was like super important, this step, because I really wanted to go in the order of the way I do things in makeup. And I mean, it all starts with color correcting.
And are you an esthetician?
I am.
How do you think that informs like your kind of like second skin type of products?
It was really important to me when I knew I wanted to be a makeup artist to go to esthetician school. I knew I didn't want to be an esthetician, but I wanted to know how to deal with like breakouts. I had really bad skin growing up. So I just wanted to make sure that, you know, our clients roll into us, they're getting glam so much. They have breakouts, they have, you know, under eye bags, they have all the
human
you
things.
name it, yeah, it happens to all of us. So, you know, I wanted to know the best way to deal with those things. Turn a little towards me. I'm just gonna kind of spot correct anything I see, because when you're canceling out color, it just makes it so much easy. Like people, you don't need a lot of product because the color itself is just canceling out whatever you're correcting. I mean, like I love like leaving like little freckles. It's just like any sort of like little mark from like a pimple or like redness around the nose or just like spots like that. Sometimes like around the mouth, like we can get a little bit of like darkness. So just stuff like that. It's easier to color correct underneath the foundation rather than doing it on top. I mean, I will apply concealer on top as well, but having that color corrector under there really helps. It's like 10 steps in the right direction.
I love how it comes all in one palette. So
Yeah.
you don't have 50 million products.
I know. It's always like, you're like, where's my highlighter? Where's this? Where's the contour?
I mean, I've seen it all over my timeline for very good reason.
Oh, amazing.
I love it because
That makes me happy.
No, I've seen it all over my timeline from people, range of skin tones, which I think is really special as well.
Okay, so we've done some color correcting, and now I'm gonna go in with the contour. So I'm gonna use the large side of that dual-ended underpainting brush by m.ph, and I'm gonna start with contour 1. So this palette comes with 2 different contour shades. There's a lighter one and a darker one. I will go in and use both, but I always like to start with the lighter shade. You always wanna warm up the product on the back of your hand. It like evenly distributes it through the brush. It also warms up the product, so you get such a better, smoother application. And I always like to start like at the corner of the brow and do a little bit of like a lift and actually mix a dab of the darker shade. And then I kind of go up the forehead.
Make me snatched.
Yes. This just kind of like gives the face a little bit of a snatch, exactly what she said. And then I'm gonna do right on top of the cheekbone, another little bit of just like a pull. And I kind of do it from like the outer corner of the eye and up. I don't go too far down the face because then it can start to drag the face down. And then turn it a little bit more towards me. I'm gonna get the jaw. So I'm just gonna actually carve out right along her natural jawbone. And then I always like just to kind of darken under here. Okay, I'm gonna do the other side now. So underpainting is creating the dimension and structure underneath the foundation. So I like to think of it as underpainting as like the bones and the structure of the face, and laying the foundation on top is like laying the skin over the bones of the face. It's a much more seamless application because you don't have to do the work of blending. When you apply the foundation on top of this, the foundation, the underpainting is gonna blend right in. Now I'm going to go in with the small end of the underpainting brush again and get a little bit of contour one, and I'm gonna contour the nose area. And I always like to turn a little towards me, like right at the front of the brow. And I like to go right on top of the bridge of the nose.
Any mistakes that you see people make when attempting to underpaint or contour?
I mean, I think placement is huge. It depends on really what you're trying to do. I see some people go like a little too low, like when they want to kind of accentuate the cheekbones, but if you go too low, it can make you look like kind of gaunt and kind of draw down the face. But some people are going for that look, so I try to never really judge.
I think it's important to know your face too.
Yes.
Whether you have like an oval face or a more square face. I feel like that has always informed underpainting as well.
Definitely. Like if you have, I know people that tend to have like a more round face really want like to kind of carve it out a little bit more.
Yeah.
When it's like oval, you kind of just want to create like a little bit more of a lift rather than really carving into the face. A lot of it is like a little kind of like personal preference.
But I think that's what makes this palette so good too. You can really just customize it based off of like where you're going. Like you gotta have like a nice natural, daytime look.
Yes.
You could really go in, do full glam.
It's super sheer, so you can do so many different things with it. I'm just gonna go ahead and do like a little bit on the lip. This is kind of like creating an illusion. It's like overlining the lips. It's just kind of creating a little bit of contour. It's kind of like putting a frame on a picture, or it's just kind of like enhancing that feature rather than changing it. You're just kind of like, in like photos can tend to be so two-dimensional, it kind of helps create like a little bit of like 3D. Now I'm going in with highlight one, and I always like to kind of start. I don't know why this is like my favorite part about it, is like creating this little shape.
Why do you think that like when you really brought underpainting to like the forefront, because it was all over my timeline, why do you think it went viral or crazy?
I think like the younger generation didn't really know about it because it's been around for so long.
I didn't know that.
It's a very old school technique, a very old school way of doing makeup. But I think the girl that created like the first video, Tara Sagari, like doing like my technique, is I think because it's like a little bit thinner and natural, rather than I know it can be like a very intimidating technique.
Yeah.
I'm highlighting now. When you're highlighting, it's like kind of where you want light to hit the face. And like we already created, so with contour, you're creating a shadow, and with highlight, you're creating like light. So I like to apply it in the middle of the forehead, down the bridge of the nose, right in the middle of the contour that we created, under the eye to kind of create like really pretty light. And then I always like to kind of lift the outer corner of the mouth with it and kind of like pull it. And again, you're creating this like illusion of like lifting. And I always like to make sure you get like right on the sides of the nose. Yeah, I always kind of go in upward motions because I go in the direction I want the face to kind of pull. So now I'm gonna go over the underpainting with the skin, and I'm gonna use Le Skin foundation by m.ph. I'm gonna do one pump, and this is shade Tan 250 Olive. I'm gonna use the m.ph foundation brush. And I like to get just a little bit of product and then get it nice and warmed up into the brush. And then this is gonna blend the underpainting together. It's super easy. And this foundation is super glowy, and it gives the second skin appearance. So nice.
I really like this foundation because when I tried underpainting and then go in with certain foundations, you mess it up,
Yeah, it's like covering it too much.
Exactly.
And again, I'm going in an upward motion, the same way I was down. I'll go down on the neck a little bit, but I'm always working in this lifting kind of way, like up and out towards the hairline.
This foundation is absolutely stunning.
Thank you so much. I've been so excited about this launch, our foundation launch.
Really?
Because we've been working on it. We were working on it at the same time as underpainting, so we've had it hanging around for a long time, and
You
it was
just wanted to
so
perfect
excited.
it.
Yeah.
An amazing shade range too.
Thank you so much. This looks so good. This color's perfect for you.
I'm a tough person to color.
Are you? Have you had a hard time, always
Yeah.
using a few to mix?
Like minimum 2.
Oh, wow. And you just have one here.
Yeah.
So nice. I'm using shade 250O, and it is a perfect match. Look at that second skin. Your skin, but better. I always like to just blend it on the neck, just in case. And now you could go in and repeat the whole process again. Everything is so light and easy to layer and sheer that you can go back in and do a whole nother layer of underpainting and highlighting. It is just gonna create a stronger structure, and then add a whole other layer of foundation. I didn't even use one full pump. And this brush just really diffuses it all out and blends everything together.
I love it because it looks like, what did she do? But you can't put
Yeah.
your finger on it.
Yeah,
there's
she's
no
glowing.
Because there's no harsh lines or anything.
Yeah, it's invisible underneath. And I always found trying to contour over foundation is so much harder because it's you really have to, there's so much blending that has to happen, but this is so easy. It looks so pretty. I'm just gonna apply a little bit of Lip Siggy in the shade Siren, just to give her a little color. Just have a little something. And there you have it, a little second skin.